Using the Adobe Lightroom CC mobile app, this is the result edited from the original raw photo. My name is Mark Hemmings, and this YouTube channel is all about you becoming better at photo editing. But first, because I'm using the mobile app version of Lightroom CC, I've recorded this tutorial in a vertical format. If you're watching this YouTube video on your mobile device, please rotate your device to view vertically. Okay, let's have some fun editing this Japanese snow monkey. So what we have is a situation where we don't want to brighten the overall picture. So let me give you an example. If I go to light, which is at the bottom, and I increase the exposure, yes, it's true that the monkey's face is now probably the appropriate brightness, but we lose out on the snow. Take a look at the snow down at the bottom left and the bottom right of the picture. It's just too blown out, which means there's no information left. So we don't want to do what's called a global exposure adjustment. I'm going to back up, top right, little arrow, and this takes me back to my original. So instead of increasing the exposure whenever we want to brighten a picture, and we don't want to brighten other aspects of the picture, what do? Well, there's a couple things we can do. One is, and this is my favorite actually, if you take a look at the bottom left of your app, this is of course the Lightroom CC mobile app by Adobe, and it's available for iPhone and Android. There's something called selective. Now if you have a little blue, I think it's a star, that means that you have to upgrade to get this extra feature. Trust me, if it's $6 a month or whatever, it's definitely worth it. It's worth every penny and more. So when we tap on that little option, at the very top we have a plus sign. So I'm going to tap on the plus, and now I'm going to go to what's called a brush. It's an adjustment brush, and I'm going to tap on the brush. And what that does is it gives me the option to increase the size and decrease the size of my brush. And this is something that I'm going to use to brighten up the snow monkey's face. Okay, so now what I have to do with my finger or a touch-sensitive pen is simply paint over the monkey's face. It's that easy. Okay, now as you can see, we have a red aspect. This is the places we've painted the brush. And this is, you may have heard of the term mask or masking. And we also have this blue triangle. This tells us exactly where we're going to be adjusting. Okay, so with the monkey's face adjusted, let's go down, and what are we going to choose next? Well, we're going to choose light, and light is at the bottom left. As you can see, that little icon with the sun. So when I tap on light, I'm going to be able to adjust exposure, contrast, highlights, etc. So what we're going to do is go to exposure first, and I just want to show you what's possible. Obviously, we don't want the black hole. We want to go the other way. We want to increase the monkey's face in exposure, but not increase the snow. And of course, we don't want to increase the snow because it'll become blown out. Now, that's good. The monkey's face is a bit brighter, but it doesn't look very realistic right now. So what we're going to do is tap on the blue diamond again. Sorry, tap on the blue diamond. We're just going to do a little bit of a better job over here on the side of the monkey. Okay, the exposure looks okay. However, I feel that we need to probably add a bit of contrast, because we want the monkey not to stand out too much, but we definitely want the monkey to be bright. Now, one of my favorites is down here at the bottom. We're going to go to Effects, and we're going to go to Dehaze. Okay, so we're going to increase Dehaze, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, so down at the bottom right, we have a check mark. Sorry, I'm going to tap the check mark, and this accepts our adjustment. And I really like this. Here's the original. And here's what we just did. And as you can see, there was nothing changed surrounding the monkey at all. Now, if you still feel that the monkey's a little bit too obvious, well, you can certainly go back to, let's go back to selective. Tap once on the little triangle to make it blue, or the diamond, sorry. And let's go back to light, and we can again, adjust any way we see fit. So currently we have, let's just say plus 1.5, something like that. I feel that looks natural. So I'm going to accept that by going to the bottom right. And now overall, I really like the picture, but I would prefer to have a little bit more blue because it was a cold, wintry day. This was last month, in fact, in Nagano, and we were really happy to see the snow. It was a little bit chilly, but it was worth it. Okay, so let's go to color. And as you can see, when we open up color, we have temperature slider. Obviously, we don't want to go to the right. The last thing we want to do in stormy, wintry scenes is have yellow. We want to add blue. So we're going to add blue. So temperature, it's highly subjective. I would say around 3,500 K, and K stands for Kelvin. And I feel that that's a good overall picture. Now, the only other thing, if you're a stickler, you could say that just below the monkey, we have a little bit of a blown out highlight situation. Okay, so to rectify that, what we're going to do is go back to our selective tool, tap once again to make sure that everything's active with this little diamond, and we're going to go to eraser. This is fun. We're just going to erase the area where the snow is blown out, and that's because of my adjustment brush. I sort of bled in a little bit more than I should have. Okay, so I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to take a look at the overall scene. Now, to be really critical of my work, I should probably, right about here, add a little bit more brightness. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in, 2 fingers, go back to selective, of course, hit that little diamond to make it blue, which means it's active. And now, watch what happens. I'm just painting on in a little bit detail here, just the area that I missed, okay? Now, at the bottom right, I'm going to do the check to make sure that I accept that. And here we go. I'm happy with the shot. Yeah, and all you have to do is just make sure that your selective tool is active, and you can just buy it monthly, the upgrade. It's definitely worth it. And even if you only wanted to try it for 1 month for $6 or $7 or however much it is, you can cancel it the next month. It's a really low risk investment. I really hope you enjoyed this editing tutorial and that you got a lot out of it. For those viewing from YouTube, please subscribe to see more free photography and editing tutorials, and set notifications to on. And for those watching on IGTV or Facebook, please consider sharing this tutorial if you feel it helped you. By the way, I just uploaded a lot of new Tokyo, Kyoto, and Nagano, Japan photos to my website, which I would love for you to check out. My online portfolio is at markhemmings.com. Finally, let me know in the comments section below what you would like to learn, and I will do my best to create a tutorial for you. Have an awesome day.